right, we're ready to continue on with Ole Miss. We'll ask Coach Kennedy for some opening remarks on the game. Then we'll take your questions just for the two student athletes, excuse them, and then we'll finish up with Coach. So, Coach, would you begin?
Yes, Claude, I'm really proud of my team. I thought we closed the season strong, and we came into Nashville and to be done. We've taken a very business-like approach to these first two games, and as a result, we're participating in the final for the first time for our university in quite some time. These two guys to my right have been integral parts of that. We have been on this journey together now for a long time, and I'm really proud that they're going to get to experience the ultimate.
All right, questions for either of the student athletes, if you'll raise your hand, and we'll get a floor mic to you. Hands up. Let's start on the right.
For either of you guys, there was so much talk coming into this tournament, whether you were a tournament team or not. Well, now it's pretty clear that you guys are probably a tournament team, but how excited are you, forget the tournament, how excited are you for the championship tomorrow?
Murphy, would you take that one?
I'm very excited, man. Like you said, we've been on this journey for a while, and just to make it to the SEC championship, I think it's a great accomplishment for our team. I feel like we came here and we played hard.
Hands up. Other questions for either of the student athletes? Raise your hand. All right, down the front.
For Reginald and Murphy, did you get a feeling with Vanderbilt playing their third game in 3 days, making the turnaround, that you might be able to just wear them down in the second half?
Reginald?
Yes, I'll say, first half we kind of started off slow, but, we kind of had a sense of urgency in the second half that they would kind of get tired, and we took advantage of it.
Same for Murphy?
Yeah, man. We're lucky to get that 3 seed so we can have a double bye. But they played hard. I figured they would get tired down at the end of the game. But I'm just glad we got this win.
All right, question on the aisle in the middle. Go ahead.
Reginald, talk about you guys dominated them inside the paint today. Talk about that aspect of it.
Like I say, man, for the seniors, it was a sense of urgency. Me and Murph, we got together and we can't lose this game. We had a goal that we're trying to get it to the SEC championship, and it worked out for us tonight.
All right, we'll continue on. Questions for Coach Kennedy. Raise your hand, and we'll get a microphone to you. Let's go ahead and start right in the front. Go ahead.
Coach, can you talk about the defensive effort, just in general, the early pressure, and then as the game wore on, just the ability to get them out of the rhythm and not make shots?
I thought early they came out with a lot of excitement. They are in their home city. I thought they had some energy in the building behind them. They came out with pop in their step, but as the players just referred to, the advantage of finishing second in the SEC and receiving a double bye comes into play the third day of a tournament. It's difficult, this in all the years I've been doing this, both as an assistant and as a head coach, I felt like this game really got on us quickly. By the time we got back to the hotel and gave them something to eat and went through treatment and just started talking about the schedule for today, I looked and it's 1:30 in the morning. Then you get up and you start trying to ingest as much as possible about a Vanderbilt team who runs as much offense. I've got nothing but the utmost respect for Kevin and his program. He is the perfect coach for Vanderbilt, and they have had tremendous amounts of success. So we're trying to ingest as much as possible in a very short period of time. So we came out, and I thought we were a little bit flat initially simply because of the effort that it took to get through Missouri. And so then the whole time I kept saying, as tired as you are, can you imagine if you had to play another game? Vanderbilt, they didn't play the Sisters of the Poor. They had to beat Arkansas, and they had to beat Kentucky. That takes a lot of energy. And so we knew that if we could hang around and get that thing to the second half, it's the reason really that I went to so much zone, because I wanted to keep them out of the paint, and I wanted them to have to make jump shots, and jump shots usually go when your legs go, and that was the case for us tonight.
Go to the left side.
Andy, after you guys lost in Gainesville, you said Florida was just better than you guys that day. What is the challenge tomorrow, and how different are the teams now in the second meeting between you?
Well, they're still very, very good. They went through a series where life on the road in the SEC, I don't care how much you guys talk about it being a down year, it's a down year, it's a down year. It's hard to win on the road in the SEC. A Missouri team that is safely in the tournament, have never even, bubbles have never floated past their name, and they lost 8 games in this league. It's difficult to win on the road. Florida went through a stretch where they lost I think 4 out of their last 10, and they had some tough games on the road. Now they're back to full strength. You know, they had some situations with concussions. They lost Frazier for a little while, which hurt their guard rotation. Will Yeget was out for a stretch, and as a result, they weren't playing at full strength. Now they're back at full strength. When they make shots, as they did in Game 1, when Eric Murphy's really dialed in and making shots, they're scary. We've got to hope that day 3 affects their legs like day 3 affects Vandy's legs. And it'll certainly affect ours as well. That's why it's good to have these 2 guys that were to my right playing the way they did in the second half. We wanted to put pressure on the rim. We made a concerted effort to go through Reg and Murph and try to attack the basket. And again, if we can, I don't know what's happened. You know, we were around 70% from the free throw line in league play, and we've kind of diverted back to missing too many free throws, which has made it a little more interesting than I would have hoped. But otherwise, I thought those 2 guys really carried us in the second half.
Let's go to the middle.
Coach, what were your thoughts on Marshall Henderson's performance tonight?
I thought Marshall Henderson was outstanding, especially in the second half. First half, he comes out so excited that I think he hunts shots. In the second half, ironically, the half that he's in front of me, I can kind of guide him through some things verbally, which is a bit stressful for me, but I think it helps him with some of his decision-making. We always want to see how people play him, and then we have to try to make some adjustments at the half, and I thought Marshall was really receptive to coaching and making the extra pass. The way people were guarding him, they got really extended, and it allowed our bigs to get to the basket.
Left side.
Andy, how did not having Jarvis affect you guys tonight?
I thought Derek Millinghouse last night, obviously with the game winner, was outstanding. We threw him in a very tough predicament. Today we went back to him, and I understood that can we get a back-to-back effort out of a true freshman that has never been in this situation? We didn't know. That's when you lean on the old veteran sophomore, Snoop White. He had to play a lot of point for us. I thought he did a good job of making sure we distributed the ball. The one thing we don't do, and it's because we take such awful shots, but the one thing we don't do is we don't turn it over much. I said when I got the job, you know, a bad shot's better than a turnover, and I've proven that's my philosophy. We don't turn it over much. We get it up on the glass. We only had 7 turnovers, and Snoop was playing the point the majority of the time.
Hands up. Got time for maybe one more question? Anyone? All right, thank you.
Thank you.